Day 9 of base camp trek from South Shields to Mount Everest, and this is the day that we eventually made it to base camp. However, it doesn't come without a story. So I woke up at Le Boucher, which is just under 5,000 meters, with severe altitude sickness. I felt like I was going to vomit constantly. My head was pumping with a real strong headache. I had intense weakness of the body. I couldn't eat. So we began our trek, and as we were ascending towards Goreshep, which is the final stop off before the base camp, I was well behind our crew, and so one of the guides stayed behind, and he noticed I could barely lift my feet. My mind was willing, but my body wasn't. So I made this short little motivational video when I was in that state. Struggling today, feeling the oxygen. Woke up with diarrhea, nausea. Yeah, today's not a good day, but we trek ahead. We take it slow. We keep going. Yeah, I'm fighting back the tears here, if I'm honest. Everything's a struggle. This is the time where you want to give up, but you don't. This is the time where you got to dig in. Take it slower, be smart, one foot in front of the other. Oh. Now, about 30 minutes after making this video, I eventually caught up to the guys, and I was so incredibly ill. The guide made an executive decision to say, I don't feel you can continue. I think you should rent a horse. It's either that or turn back. Unfortunately, I had to rent a horse for the rest of the way, which was very uncomfortable, very emotional. I didn't want to do it, but my mind was willing, but my body wasn't. And that's just the truth. So we rented a horse called Raja, and Raja got me up to Goreshep, which is around 5,100 meters, I believe. And then we had a quick spot of lunch, which I think I managed like a slice of bread and a tiny bit jam. I was so ill, but I had to try and force myself to eat. Then get back on the horse for another 2.5 hours to base camp, which was a very rocky and terrifying ride on a horse going up and down mountainous rocky hills where the horse is slipping and you're terrified for your life. But eventually I walked on my own 2 feet to base camp and met the rest of the guys there, which was really nice. They managed to trek it, which I'm so grateful that they were. I unfortunately just felt so sick and ill at this point, I couldn't enjoy it. You know, we made it, eventually not fully on my terms. They don't let you go in the full base camp bit where all the tents is, because that's actually set up only for those who are going to the summit, who are going another 3,000 meters, which is, my God, I can't even imagine how that is. But we got there, we made it. I got the horse back to Goreshep, and it's when I kind of broke down, and I'm going to leave you with this quite emotional video that I made at the time, where once I got back from base camp on the horse, I really started to pummel, and my health was taking a bad turn. My blood oxygen was down. I started to feel worse nausea, and I couldn't really do anything about it. There was no rescue available or anything like that, but thankfully we got there. Everything's okay now. We're on my trek down, and I'll leave you with this. I wanted to do it. My mind was willing, but my body wasn't. So I'm glad that I didn't do it on my own. And I used a horse for the last 4 hours. I came back and I feel very ill. And the only way to make me feel better is to go and descend. And we can't do that because it's too late. If I wanted to, I'd have to ride a horse for 2 hours in the freezing cold. And I can't do that. So I have to... I'm very vulnerable here because this was a life goal. I did it, but not on my terms. I just feel so fucking emotional because I'm so ill. But I take the positives. Everest Base Camp I have been. But I got very ill and I couldn't complete the last 4 hours on my own. But I'm grateful.